How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video. I hope you all are doing well. And yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the obvious tragedy that happened yesterday, or was found out yesterday. In case you're living under a rock, or maybe you're not a chess fan and just stumble upon this video, you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about. Grandmaster Daniel Naroditsky, very renowned chess author, streamer, teacher, YouTuber, and obviously player, passed away tragically at the age of 29 years old. I believe he was going to turn 30 in like a few weeks. And I just want to talk a little bit about this. Obviously, like, in the grand scheme of things, like these days, is actually kind of old news at this point. I mean, we're still processing it, but it's not like I'm reacting like day of or like hours later or anything like that. I think it's actually good because it kind of gives me an opportunity to like process it a little bit, kind of like, just like collect some thoughts and things like that. And yeah, obviously this is just really sad. What I do want to talk first about is where I was at, and I will actually be pretty interested, like, because obviously this isn't just gonna be some blip on the radar in the chess world. Like, we're gonna be talking about this for like 50 to 100 years. Like, this is gonna come up. He was just a massive figure in the world of chess. And I know when people talk about like 9/11 or like maybe when they first found about COVID or something like that, they vividly remember where they were. I obviously don't remember where I was for 9/11 because I was little, and for COVID, I don't know. Well, anyway, not to go down that rabbit hole, but but I'll be interested to see if other people like have their memories, like maybe they're at work or in class or like whatever. But anywho, um, I took my lunch break from work, and it was kind of fortuitous actually because I took it earlier than usual. I don't know if God does like weird things like that, and even if he did, like I don't necessarily know why he would want me to see it immediately. But regardless, like so what I do sometimes during my lunch is I go to like a coffee shop that's nearby and just work on like personal projects. And I open my computer, I open LinkedIn because I'm a LinkedIn degenerate, and I see a post from Charlotte Chess Center, who I'm following, just because I think they're a great club and do great things. It's always inspirational to see how they're growing the game and everything like that. And I see a picture of Daniel Naroditsky, and then I think I see the words "is with great sadness," and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I read the post, and that it's basically the post that was posted to like Instagram. I don't know if they have a Twitter, but like basically like Instagram, Facebook, that Charlotte Chess Center posted, and really the first kind of like breakage of the news. Essentially, Daniel Naroditsky passed away at 29. His family requests privacy, yada yada. Like, well, okay, yada yada sounds a little disrespectful, but you see what I mean. Basically, that post. And, obviously I was in shock, just like anyone else. I was in a public place, so I had to like kind of hold it together. Like, I wasn't just gonna start like sobbing or anything like that. And I'll get to that kind of topic here in just a second. But first thing is like that just came out, and I'm trying to Google like look for other sources, and it's like even Wikipedia had not updated like when I saw it that that he had passed away. I know there are memes of like how quick editors are go like when someone dies from like is to was, and like I was still looking for that but didn't quite confirm anything. And then I think one thing led to another, and like Fide posted something, and then what I also noticed is that Hikaru was about to go live on Kick. And I just kind of miss like 5 years ago when Jess had more time, free time, just like watch streams and things like that. Like, if this was like 5 years ago, I'd already be like waiting for Hikaru's stream or waiting for Danya's stream. I mean, he wouldn't have streamed at that time of day. You know what I mean? But I see like the stream title, just like rest in peace, Naroditsky, cry face or emoji or whatever, and basically just spent the rest of my lunch break at this coffee shop just watching Hikaru's stream, because I think Hikaru's like a very like authentic, personality, and like if he has like strong opinions about things, I think he's really interesting to sort of watch. And I mean, he was like breaking down, sobbing, everything like that. And I thought there was another note I was gonna make, but basically, I mean, it was all confirmed he was dead. And then like I texted a few of my friends, just like, just like, hey, did you see this? And like, the people, I'm not proud of this necessarily, but I did break the news to a couple people, I think, and obviously they're in shock. It's like, what? Like, Daniel Naroditsky died? And one of my friends, I'm not necessarily gonna name, I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't mind being name dropped, but he was like, it was so unexpected that a minute later he texts me, was it? And I'm like, well, it's known that he had like mental health issues and the whole stuff with like the a certain person who I will talk about later, just like basically bullying him, and we basically just like anyway. So I think it's the type of thing, like, it is obviously very shocking and unexpected, but if maybe someone like, and I do not want to drop a player's name, just like if someone else died and we just thought there was nothing wrong with them mentally. I know you can't say nothing wrong with them, but if they didn't have like the mental challenges that Danya had, like if I would be at 100% shock for them, I'd probably at 95 for Danya. Obviously, it's very shocking and tragic, but you could kind of see if you really were deep into the weeds as to like, he had a lot going on in his life, and not just with the whole, a certain former world champion, bullying him about cheating, but just other things with like commentary. It was just really clear that his mental health was not exactly where it needed to be. So anyway, yeah, and then like I text my dad and like he's shocked, and that is actually one other anecdote that I did want to bring up because well, actually, what I want to bring up a little bit is the Checkmate USA versus India event, which I went to, which I made a few like shorts and things like that. I never really made like a full blown like reaction video, kind of like I was hoping to, but and this isn't the time or place to do that. But what I do want to say is, well, first I met Robert Hess. Danya wasn't there, but I did meet Robert Hess. And by the way, Robert Hess was just very, very gracious. I just like asked like, "Hey, I'm such a fanboy, can't I get a picture with you?" And like he was very gracious, and then we just talked for like we just talked for 10, 15 minutes. Sorry, I'm not choking up or anything. I'm just some just some like influx, like whatever with throw. Anyway, no, we just talked for like 10, 15 minutes, and the first thing I told him was like, I really appreciate like when you two commentate together. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, what's your name by the way?" I'm like, "I'm Daniel." He's like, "Oh yeah, I understand that," which I never even thought like I mean, obviously I really love Daniel Naroditsky. I never really even thought that about the fact that we have the same name. Like, I mean, that is really cool, and I think like just us fellow Daniels just kind of tend to like, just like, I don't know, it's a really cool balance. But anyway, I also met Sagar Saw. Well, met. I just got a picture with him. Which this anecdote, I promise I'm going somewhere with this. And this actually kind of leads up to something. So crazy coincidence, which is that so I get a picture with Sagar Saw, and I showed my dad all this and everything. So he's a big chess fan. My dad is on a work trip. He's at the San Francisco airport and met Sagar Saw's wife. And I think he brought it up because they were carrying a chest bag or something like that, and he showed the picture of me and Sagar and me and Hikaru, everything like that, and they were like, it was all cool. But what this kind of leads up to is, well, I was telling him about Chess Base India's. He didn't know that Chess Base India really existed. And I was telling him like, yeah, they have like really good videos with like game analysis and like interviews and things like that. You should check him out. And then he was asking me, yeah, he asked basically who I recommend as far as like a chess YouTuber goes. And what I said is, and this is, keep in mind, this is just days before he died. Well, maybe like 2 weeks or something. I'm not exactly sure with the timeline. So I'm like, he's pretty good. So he asked about Agad Mator, who I also think is really good. He's pretty good. I think my favorite education-wise is Dale Naroditsky. Very well spoken. That's all I said. I'm not going to go into like some thesis as to like why I think he's really, really good, but very well spoken. And yeah, I also mentioned like Gotham Chess and Chess Base India, things like that. But I did recommend Dale Naroditsky, and then 2 weeks later, he dies, and I text my dad, so I'm like, "Do you see that Dale Naroditsky died?" And he's obviously shocked and saying, like, I just started watching, and then we had a little phone conversation, basically. Yeah, just that sort of thing, and I think it's just kind of like, obviously, I don't need to necessarily belabor like what a lot of other people say, which is that like he was just like so eloquent, well spoken, using all these fancy words that like only like a Harvard law student might know or something like that. And just just like very down to earth and things like that. I never met Danya in person. I don't think I've seen him, but I'm sure if I did, it would have been a wonderful experience. And yeah, I would still say that Dale Naroditsky's videos are still they're evergreen, so I would still recommend them, even though we're never going to get another like Twitch stream or like video upload from him. unless someone goes to account and just uploads like an old one, which would be kind of weird. But anyway, we're not gonna get a fresh upload from him. I would still recommend his content. I think his speed runs are really good. I think he delves well into like openings. He has some good game analysis and things like that. And yeah, no, I think it's all just really good stuff. And yeah, he just just passed away too soon. I think I heard that his buddy Alexander Bortnik just found him in his apartment. I guess he was checking on him. Maybe he hadn't heard from him or something and just found him dead on the couch, which is really unfortunate. Obviously for him, it's got to be like very, very traumatizing. And it's one other anecdote I did. My boss actually brought it up because she's like, so you know about that 29-year-old chess player that died? I'm like, yeah. So it is like, now I think she happens to like have a brother who was on the chess team or something like that. And there was like a repo like on Facebook or something like that. But it is kind of like making its way just into like mainstream media, and I imagine in the days to come it's gonna be like very just like very much talked about. Obviously Danya is being like remembered very well, and yeah, I think obviously the specific cause of the death is unknown, although given that he was only 29 years old, it was clearly not a natural death. Something happened, and he did have like a live stream, I guess, like 2 or 3 days before it, and like I watched some of it. It's a pretty hard watch. Not really the same as he was before. I mean, the way he was speaking, like what he was saying was actually like pretty like normal. Like he was talking about chess analysis, like, oh, it's important to stop c5, and then predicting like the Hans Ding match and things like that. So I thought actually like the stuff he said was pretty normal, but it's just that like just like his face and like some of the, I don't know, it was just a little bit weird. I watched enough of the because you hear people say like, oh, it was bad, and like, and you want to like watch it yourself to see. I did watch enough of it to like, there was definitely something off there for sure. But yeah, but anyway, what I was trying to say is that the specific cause of his death is unknown. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, and I wouldn't dare, speculate, but it wouldn't be unreasonable. Well, I'll just say this, which is that he was clearly going through mental stuff, and he was found dead in his apartment. I think we can put two and two together, and you know, like I don't know how to transition. Vladimir Kramnik, what a guy. I could avoid talking about him. I just know that like I just don't want to bring like too much negativity into it, but just as a baseline, like his message, he did not say like a condolences or an RIP or anything like that. Unless I'm missing something, he was like, oh, like it was clear that he was like on drugs or something. Not drugs, but you see what I mean. It was clear he was on something. Like, dude, what? Like, just based off that alone, like you have Hikaru giving a tribute, you have Gotham Chess, I mean Magnus, everyone like that. And I'm not trying to like, say like, oh, just because these guys did it, you should do it as well. But clearly something is off with Kramnik, and I mean, like, no kidding, Sherlock, right? But like, I just like, well, I will say this at this point, right here, right now, I cannot believe. There's a difference, like, when you like well, I'll complete my sentence. I cannot believe anyone who defends Kramnik anymore. There's different types of like I cannot believe. Like obviously, there's like more casual, like you're watching a sports game or you're playing chess, you make a blunder. Oh, I can't believe I made that blunder, right? There's obviously the casual, like I can't believe. Very, very rarely do I actually say I cannot believe and like actually mean it. And normally when I do, it's like a very serious situation, like obviously, like I can't believe like Kramnik what he's doing, but like if you are defending Kramnik now, like something's wrong with you. I'm sorry. But and I know that there are probably more factors into a potential sort of like his death than like just Kramnik alone. But obviously his bullying played a clear part in it. So yeah, I just can't believe anyone who defends Kramnik anymore. And if you want to argue, I'm just not going to listen. I'm sorry. But all right, that's gonna be enough about Kramnik. And I mean, hopefully he gets like sanctioned and everything like that. I'm not, I'm not worthy to just kind of be like, just like, oh, he should get punished or whatever. But it is absolutely, it is absolutely a heartbreak. And Yeah, any other thoughts? I just think like obviously he was just going through a lot, mentally, and just like I'm seeing all these like one other thing I will say that I appreciate and is that like the chess world coming together and like people just just coming together, sharing their tributes and things like that. I find it especially touching, like some of the people who cried, and I think we live in a like society today where you're supposed to be like all tough and things like that. If you cry, it shows weakness. I think there's like a level for sure. Like you don't just want to cry if like just like I don't know, you're at a work meeting, you get called out or something like that. There's a time and place for it for sure, but I do think it's a little ironic coming from me because I haven't broken down on this video. I think that's because I got it out of the way earlier, but obviously Hikaru kind of choked up. David Howell, if you go to like the Takes video YouTube channel, I think maybe have to go to their like clips. I mean, you can find it. Like David Howell reacts to Dale Naroditsky's death, like he just like cried. It was clearly like just clearly they were just like just friends and just really just like heartbreaking. I can't even imagine like the reaction from like Robert Hess and like other people who were just close with him. And I don't know if anyone else. I'm not trying to like like praise these guys for crying, but what the point I'm trying to make is I think it's really just there's something about just seeing grown men cry that like really just kind of like just it's refreshing in a way, and I think it just shows that we're all human, we all have emotions. In situations like this, it is just it's really refreshing to see that he is remembered and loved this much. So yeah, I think that's just about it as far as what I am going to mention. I don't really have any further thoughts. I do pray for the repose of Dale Naroditsky's soul. I guess one thing I will say now that I mentioned that is like I do not know. Well, I mean, I don't talk about this much on like chess content wise. Although like people who know me know that I am a Christian and I do believe that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. I mean everything like that. And I do not know if Daniel Naroditsky was Christian. I don't know that he was not Christian. I do not know, and honestly, like I don't even know like how heaven and hell works. Honestly, like I don't think anyone does. Like I don't think it's just as clear cut as like, oh, if you're okay. I'm trying not to say something heretical, but I don't think it's just as simple as like heaven's here, hell's here. You die, you go to one or the other. I think there's like anyway. But what I'm trying to say is like I don't know like where Daniel Naroditsky is at as far as like afterlife goes and things like that, but clearly just pray for the resting of his soul. Obviously, just rest in peace. And yeah, I think that's just about it as far as I wanted to say. I will mention two more things. One, which is that like I hope my spiel on Kramnik wasn't too ugly. No, I think it's fine. I think everything I said reasonable. I'm like recording this. I'm wondering if I should upload this like I will. I plan to. And if anyone takes issue with what I had to say, then like so be it. But also, I know like I don't have some like huge platform or anything like that. So part of me was even like, is there even gonna be value in me like taking the time to do this? And I think there are like people. I don't know. I've always said that like if like whenever I do content creation, if one person like enjoys my content, laughs, or like has like provokes questions or something like that, that does make me happy. Like I don't need like I do not care about the view count or like how many subscribers I get or anything. I mean, it probably will do well just because of like the clickbait and things like that. But I do not care as it pertains to this video. It could have like 6 views and that'd be totally fine. Man, just yeah, the chess world lost one. Well, I think I will end it on that. Thank you all so much for watching. And I'll try to have more content out, but sad that took a Dale Naroditsky death for me to make a long form video, but I'll have more content out soon. Maybe some in honor of Dale Naroditsky. I'm not sure, but just uh, just stay strong. If you're going through stuff mentally, just go seek help. I'm not saying seek help like a derogatory, like oh you need help. Like actually, just you can go talk to someone. And if you know me personally, I'm always available for that sort of stuff. And check in on your loved ones.